No one could have known in 1946 that the cries that echo through the Shell household would become the words that lead a football team tonight, and that Art Shell would one day make history. Shell became a great player at Maryland State College, but his personality had already been molded. Intense and focused on the football field, off the field he was quiet and thoughtful, while the death of his mother had instilled in him a strong sense of family. In 1968, Shell joined his second family, the Oakland Raiders. During the 15 seasons that followed, he developed into one of the greatest offensive linemen in history, reaching the Pro Bowl 8 times. When Shell led the Raiders to a victory in Super Bowl 11, he was already preparing for the future. He approached every day as an opportunity to learn about the offense as well as the defense, and it was simply a matter of time before he became a teacher. That time came in 1983 when Shell announced his retirement as a player and assumed a new role within the Raider family as the offensive line coach. Shell was inducted into the Hall of Fame this summer. 2 days after he learned of his selection, his father passed away knowing his son had received his sport's highest honor. Last Tuesday, Shell made history when the Raiders made him the first black head coach in the NFL's modern era. While his selection set precedent, it was not a matter of race.
I'll do what I have to do as a coach. And it just so happens that I am a black coach. And, you know, and I understand that. And I'm proud of being a black man. You know, I'm proud of being a black man. But first and foremost, I'm the head coach of the Los Angeles Raiders. And if I'm successful and blacks can make headway by me being a black coach in this National Football League, then I'll be very proud of that.
Tonight, Shell begins his work to instill in the Raiders of 1989 the attitude of the Raiders of old. Just win, baby. Tonight, the LA Raiders and the New York Jets on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Well, I'm sitting at home. It's the best seat in the land. Do you know how long I've been a Monday night fan? I remember all the big games, all the trick plays. It's been here for 20 years, and here it's gonna stay. I gotta get ready, make everything right. The Monday Night Football's coming on tonight. Now, all the big names have played this primetime show, from old Raiders like Blanda to the new kid named Bo. I've seen Morton through Elway, Fran, the Scrambler too, and everybody witnessed what the bridge could do. Are you ready for some football? A Monday night party! We got Frank and Al and Dan. They really got it started. Week after week, it's the time that is right. All my rowdy friends are here on Monday night. That's right.
It's a beautiful night in the Northeast. You're looking live at the Empire State Building in Manhattan, and just across the Hudson River is the Meadowlands in New Jersey, and in the Meadowlands is located a Giant Stadium. Giant Stadium, where the Jets also play their home games, is sold out tonight. It'll be the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Raiders, two longtime adversaries in the American Football Conference. Hello again, everybody. I'm Frank Gifford. We are happy you are with us. I think everyone connected with football, and even if you're not, knows that history will be made tonight when, for the first time, a black man will walk the sidelines of an NFL game playing here in New Jersey tonight. And there he is, Art Shell, the first time in the modern era that we have had black head coach in the National Football League. You know a lot about Art Shell already. You're going to know more, and at halftime, Lynn Swann will take an in-depth look at this man. But this Hall of Famer will tell you very quietly but very firmly, and at 300 pounds he can be pretty firm, that he wants to be judged on his accomplishments, on his coaching record. And that record will begin tonight against a very young 1-3 Jets team, an injury-riddled Jets team. But meanwhile, Art Shell has got his own problems developing a winning team with the 1-3 Raiders team that, Al, when you talk to Al Davis, you get the history lesson, the pride and the poise and all that. But this is not a strong football team, and Art Shell has got his work cut out for him.
Frank, he should be coach of the year hands down if this team wins the AFC West, which is a relatively weak division. But Art Shell not only has to look forward to the tougher part of the schedule, he's got to figure out a way to get the defense to keep the opposition off the board. Offensively, they're in pretty good shape. You've got Jay Schrader and Willie Gault and Marcus Allen, and in a couple of weeks, Bo Jackson. But defensively, a lot of problems. They're last in the league against the rush. They've been moving linebackers in and out all season long. And now they have lost their best defensive player. Van McElroy is on injured reserve. So tonight, the Jets and the Raiders, and I know one thing, Dan, you're not going to get a lot of sympathy from the New York Jets for the Raiders because they have enough problems of their own.
Almost as many as Raiders have, Al, and they have not played very well this season. Something that really troubles Joe Walton and his staff, especially in their loss last week to the Colts. The Jets made mistakes, which they've been doing all year long, but for the first time, their coach was concerned that maybe the effort wasn't there. And if you know Joe Walton at all, you know that is unacceptable.
The former Denver Bronco, Ken O'Brien, who's been very erratic this season. The Jets 1-3. O'Brien with 6 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions. And the rest of the offense, Freeman McNeil with Roger Vick are the running backs. We'll also see Johnny Hector. We'll watch Toon, who's been hurt. Harper, the other wideout. Griggs spells Schuler at the tight end spot, and the offensive line has been a source of trouble. From the 23-yard line, Freeman McNeil picks up about 2. Again, the Raiders last in the league against the rush. They're listed as a 3-4 team, though oft times Townsend will line up in a down position, but for the moment it's Wise, Golick, and Scott Davis. And then the linebackers, Lyndon King. They got Jerry Robinson back last week. That'll really help them with Benson and Townsend. And there is the rebuilt secondary. Washington's been hampered by a hamstring pull. We'll keep an eye on him. Johnny Hector is in the game on 2nd and 8 as O'Brien retreats in his first pass of the night. A sideline pass taken by Toon. And Al Toon with a nice move. And again, we'll have to watch him, see how much he can play tonight. Rice and Eddie Brown as well, all going in the first round. From the 35, wide open is Chris Burkett. The former Buffalo Bill has a first down, taking it to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Jets from the 50 after back-to-back first downs. With Toon in motion, O'Brien protected well again, shoots one out to Toon, and he is run out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and the crowd wants a penalty, but no flag.
Deep guy. They like the way he runs after he catches the short ball.
On 2nd and 7, Roger Vick gets wrapped up. Scott Davis makes the initial contact, and Townsend finishes him off. Art Shell making his debut. The funny thing about Shell is that he is the youngest coach in the league at the age of 42, taking over for the fired Mike Shanahan, who was by far the youngest at 37.
Well, at least he's getting closer to the pack. I guess Sam Weiss is next, what, at 44?
At 44. With Smith and Marcus Allen set in behind him. And it's a gain of 3 by Steve Smith as we check out that Raider offense. One thing they want to do now is go long to Willie Gault. With Allen and Smith, the running backs, Gault and Mervyn Fernandez off to a great start this year. They like Mike Dial, the young tight end. Graves has been stymied by a lot of holding calls earlier this season. Wisniewski is the rookie at right guard. Kirk spells Mosbar at center. Mosbar is inactive tonight. He's hurt. And Smith to the 7-yard line, setting up a 3rd and about 4. Kyle Clifton in on the tackle. And up front, Fraze, Mercero, and the veteran Lyons at right end. Then the linebackers, Gordon's been bothered with a gimpy knee with Benson and Clifton in the middle, and Lagerman, their #1 draft choice. Humphrey and Hasty are the corners, Radachowski, and Eric McMillan, who's already intercepted 11 passes in just 17 games over a year and a quarter for the Jets, is the free safety. 3rd and 4. And it's Smith again. Turning the corner, picking up the first down, dropped by James Hasty out at the 14. At the 14-yard line, first down. This is Marcus Allen, and he's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Troy Benson running him out of bounds. What about Bo Jackson? Well, in Bo's contract, he gets a week off between baseball and football. This is that week. He goes into camp next Wednesday, could be activated for the Kansas City game, more likely a week from. But the question is now, will Marcus Allen continue to be Mr. Nice Guy and move to fullback?
He's really undersized at fullback, but then again, even undersized, he might be the best blocking back on the Raider team. Marcus Allen has sacrificed his own career for the betterment of Bo Jackson. You raise a good question, Al. Will he continue to do it?
Second down and a long 3 from the 20, and this is Smith, and he is close to a first down, short by a yard. Kyle Clifton is in on the tackle.
When we talked to Al Davis and Art Shell, we asked them, what do you want to accomplish here? And both of them were adamant, we want to return to the old Raider way. And the first thing they mentioned was power football.
Allen looking like he was back at USC. Moves through the middle, but is stopped for no gain by Troy Benson in the middle.
Well, I don't think he got close.
Of Denver in the West. 3rd and 5. O'Brien for Burkett. Makes the catch. First down at the 40-yard line. And he's down at the 41. Lionel Washington beaten on the coverage.
And he got that ball and consequently lost the yardage after the catch.
1st and 10 from the 41. O'Brien going for Burkett again. Nearly intercepted by the former Bronco Mike Harden. Let go by the Denver team in the second week of the season. Picked up by the Raiders and starting tonight at safety.
That's an interception all the way if Burkett doesn't break it up.
I don't think O'Brien even saw the defender coming in, Mike Harden.
He's standing there waiting for the ball, Frank, and watch Burkett break it up. Burkett has to come in and strip the arms of Mike Harden, or that's a relatively easy interception for the Raider. Chris Burkett having to play both sides of the ball here tonight.
2nd and 7, Los Angeles at the 16-yard line. Raider, protection breaking down. He has to dump it off, and it's Marcus Allen who makes the catch at the 23-yard line. Kyle Clifton covering on the play. Nice improvisation by Allen that time, stopping and falling down and making the catch. And a great catch out of an awkward position by Allen, who this time hurdles for a first down out to the 25-yard line. Again, just to pick up, and we started on Allen earlier, and there's a scuffle that breaks out right now. That's old Raider football, isn't it?
Yeah, except it was Lyle Alzado beating people with his helmet normally.
Yeah.
You know, it really is Raider football, though, and you notice how the Raiders, over the years, they've always tried to look after each other. And you talked to Howie Long about it, and he said, we just get the feeling somebody's going to cover for us. We make a mistake, we get in a fight, somebody else is going to be there. And here's the guy that preaches it. He has from the day he arrived back in the early 60s, when he also arrived as the head coach. As Howie's been only in on the pass defense tonight.
On first down, here's Allen. And Allen is stopped at the 25-yard line. Marcus held out, just to pick up what we started before. He held out. He didn't report until the end of training camp. He's always been the warrior, the guy who has done everything that's been asked of him. And finally, and he said it publicly to this point, I don't know how much longer I can be a nice guy. And when Bo Jackson comes in, it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens when Allen's contract is up at the end of the year.
Really, what's unfortunate for Marcus is that he's at the stage of his career where being a nice guy counts for something.
Or the National Football League. He could help build Trump City.
3rd and 10. Schrader out of the gun, fires out to the 38-yard line. Galt on the crossing pattern has the first down. From the 38-yard line, Marcus Allen goes nowhere. Stopped by Troy Benson, who pushes him back. We have 10:45 to go in the first half. No score. Loss of 1, 2nd down, 11. Schrader for a wide open Allen, makes a nice move initially, but then Humphrey stays right with him.
Having the wherewithal about you to project an image. There's no question Art Shell is not going to be the lead X's and O's guy on the Raiders staff. But if it's properly delegated to his assistants, and if he has that intangible, that ability to lead, that ability to excite a player, that ability to make players want to play for him and win for him, then he'll be an effective head coach, and he'll grow into the X's and O's part of it. Little curl trying to tighten up a corner. Interesting to see if they go long with Townsell.
2nd and 3, and they're going long down the far side, and it is picked off by Terry McDaniel. And from the goal line, McDaniel bringing it back out, chased by Griggs, chased by Townsell, chased by McNeil, and a run out of bounds at the 20-yard line on the pass intended for Townsell or Burkett on 2nd down and 3.
Oh, what a night McDaniel is having.
You can't fault the way Schrader has thrown here in half number one.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, Marcus Allen is open. He has a first down out at the 34-yard line.
And until he could read Pete Rozelle across that ball.
From the 34-yard line. And the catch is made after a juggling effort by Mike Alexander out of Penn State. Good-looking young receiver.
Really, if you talk to anyone around this league, has a solid gold reputation. It just did not work out in L.A.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line, and Schrader ducking and darting and releasing and then throwing, and it's no good. He's out of bounds is Mervin Fernandez. It'll be 2nd and 10.
More or less the main reason why Mike Shanahan's no longer coaching the Raiders.
2nd and 10, and over the middle it's Marcus Allen, and he's belted at the 45-yard line, just short of the first down, and the Raiders with the clock running.
Two's not bad.
Right.
1 out of 2 ain't bad, is it?
3rd down and a short 2 from the 45. And Mueller picks up the first down at the 39-yard line. That's an interesting play because they're down to their last timeout, and they're not going to use it here. They are not really in field goal range. And what's going on here is they let the clock run down to 7 seconds, and they throw to the far side. The catch is made at the 35. Willie Gault down to 3 seconds.
Yeah. No.
3-yard field goal attempt. Jager's longest, as you see, is 48. Gossett to hold on what will be the final play of the first half. And the kick is short, and that's the way the half will end.
That's really Jay Schrader's responsibility, I would think, in that situation to call the timeout. It's always up to the quarterback to be the guy that knows the clock and when to call a timeout. And right there, the Raiders could have had one more play.
So in this, the 70th game of the NFL season through 5 weeks, it's the first time the teams have departed.
This season for the Broncos. We'll get up to date shortly. From the 27-yard line, Schrader back to throw, fires, the catch is made by Fernandez. Breaks the tackle, gets into Jet territory, inside the 30, he's got a blocker, he's inside the 15, touchdown Fernandez. And no flag, 73 yards. Willie Gault out in front of that one with a key block for Hernandez.
And safe to say, the wide receivers are back in the Raider game plan.
Fernandez did a lot of that on his own, but again, it's the typical old-time Raider deep pattern. You protect your quarterback, take it upfield, and let the clip branches of Fred Biletnikoffs, and now the Mervin Fernandez make the big play for you. So Fernandez with a touchdown catch in every game this season, plus the final game last year. Jeff Jager's extra point is good, and so the first touchdown of the Art Shell era is a bomb. 73 yards to Mervin Fernandez.
A lot of nifty moves after the catch. He curls back to the inside. There's the missed tackle by Bobby Humphrey. That's what really breaks it open. And then Eric McMillan, the free safety who was there, only got an arm on Fernandez. And then it's just really with that much open field, for a guy with that kind of speed, it's not that difficult.
Steve Hurd checked it out. It's 32.
32, yeah, in 1957.
2nd and 10. And the catch is made by Griggs, the tight end, the man who is spelling the injured Schuler, and a first down for the Jets at the 48-yard line. And Hundley, who was just picked up from Phoenix recently, is going to get a penalty.
Precipitated it with that little push.
Meanwhile, here's Hector taking it to the 46-yard line for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. 2nd down and 6 from the 45-yard line. And McNeil gets stuck at the line of scrimmage. Well, the Raiders have been noted for that.
A lot of harsh things being said about people around the NFL.
3rd down and 6. And O'Brien for Townsell, who makes a great catch at the 20-yard line. The coverage by Lionel Washington. And Townsell back to the goal line, making the catch at the 20. 2nd and 10 from the 20. 13th play of the drive. O'Brien shoots out to the right and then hits Roger Vick, who takes it to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal.
A hopping Roger Vick. The hit didn't get along.
1st and goal. Townsell, the man in motion. A little quick toss out to McNeil. And Freeman McNeil to the 1-yard line. stopped by Eddie Anderson.
The play where Schuler ordinarily would be. And this is Hector where he has the great leaping ability, but that time
goes in for the touchdown.
Good drive by the New York Jets.
From the 3-yard line. Remember, it started after that Humphrey run back, tackle back at the 3, and they go 97 yards and have a chance to tie the game on an extra point by Leahy.
It's an excellent drive, Al and Frank, because it's 97 yards. But again, keep in mind, it came on the heels of a Raiders score. So you not only go all the yardage, but you counter the first touchdown of the game by the Raiders. And solid work there by the left side of the Jet line. That time it's Criswell, Hayton, Sweeney that get it done.
Pat Leahy, who is establishing a Jet record tonight, playing in his 208th game as a New York Jet. Here the Raiders now from the 10-yard line, and straight up the middle goes Smith, and a flag is down.
Your basic hold flag. Just for Rory Gray's sake, I hope it's not on him. He has had as difficult a start of the season that any tackle could have in terms of number of penalty flags, and I'm sincerely hoping it's not on you, young man.
And they keep it on the ground, and Marcus Allen can only get to the 10-yard line. He is stopped by Kyle Clifton.
Walking around, but he does appear to be injured, hopefully just slightly.
And so Bryan on first down, hitting Townsell for a first down. He gets from his own 42 to the Raider 42 on a gain of 16. So Allen trying to shake it off, and the Jets trying to move downfield.
Well, it's impossible to speculate what did happen, but one thing in Marcus's favor, you could see where even though he took the shot and the knee did flex, as it flexed, he was able to get the foot up off the turf. But boy, it's reminiscent of the shot that we saw Ickey Woods take. And Ickey Woods ended up having surgery, and I'm not speculating that at all.
This is Johnny Hector taking it to the 34-yard line
to begin with. And they have been looking at the knee. They've been checking it to see how tight it is, how loose it is. And obviously Marcus is worried about it. And so too are the trainers and the medical staff of the Raiders. Really been kind of a herky-jerky offensive game by both teams.
Third and a short 3. O'Brien protected well, fires too high for Grant, picked off at the 15-yard line by Eddie Anderson. And Anderson still on his feet. Anderson out past the 30,
Look out.
the 40.
Goodbye.
O'Brien can't catch him. Eddie Anderson on the move inside the 20-yard line and all the way for a touchdown. 87 yards. Eddie Anderson getting the start because McElroy is hurt. And he's the man of the hour for the LA Raiders, scoring his first NFL touchdown with 10:05 to play.
Give an assist to the Raider pass rush. O'Brien, out of time, had to deliver it before he wanted to, and he was hammered to the turf just as he delivered that ball. He never saw it intercepted. Keep in mind, though, what we talked about early in the ball game, how it's an unusual year for Kenny O'Brien, having more interceptions than he does touchdown passes.
Jager's extra point is good. So last week, the Jets got beat on a punt return by Clarence Verdun, and tonight they now trail on an interception return by Eddie Anderson.
O'Brien does get the pressure from the backside, but it appeared that the ball took off on him. It just sailed, and it was an overthrow. This will be the perfect angle to see it. Greg Townsend, he's the designated pass rusher for the Raiders, and he just waffled O'Brien as he released the ball, and here comes Anderson. O'Brien got up, got into the pursuit of Anderson, but this was a no-contest affair as Anderson takes it in for his first touchdown. And that was also Reggie McElroy, number 68, giving pursuit, but Anderson takes it all the way. Greg Townsend has all the Raiders sacks into tonight, had them all. Former down lineman, the Raiders converted last year into a linebacker, and they still use him a lot in their four-man alignment.
The veteran, beg your pardon, interception return. There it is in 1984, 97 yards. Freddie the Hammer Williamson, back in '62 when the Raiders were in the AFL. 3rd and 1 from the 22-yard line. And O'Brien, the play fake, nice one-handed catch by Johnny Hector, and a big play for him as he takes it out to the 42-yard line, keeping the drive alive. Run out by Jeff Lee. 2nd down, 7 from the 46-yard line. And this is Johnny Hector for a short gain. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 6. O'Brien. And the protection breaks down, and Scott Davis sacks him at the 35.
That's a trample job there. Boy, now there's a case of a guy just getting run over.
Well, the Raiders now are trying to take some time off the clock, but they'll have to do it without that man, Marcus Allen, with the knee wrapped and done for the night. And the Raiders can only hope only done for the night. Mueller and Porter are the running backs, and this is Mueller cutting inside Porter's block and then tackled by Gordon out at the 40-yard line after a gain of about 5.
Dan Reeves has really gotten some good-sized people there in a hurry.
2nd and 4, and Schrader fires over the middle to a wide-open Mervyn Fernandez, who coughs up the ball, and it's recovered by the Jets, but they're saying no catch. No catch, no fumble.
Might get a look-see, though. You've got to pull the ball in and get both feet on the ground.
Going to have to keep in mind, hey, you're going to have to think 1st down.
3rd and 10, and into traffic. Townsell somehow comes up with the ball at the 47-yard line, tight roping the sideline. In traffic, 17-yard gain, 1st down, New York.
Field, the hash mark side of the field, and this way he goes back to the more orthodox setup.
There's still plenty of time with both timeouts.
2nd and 10, and the catch is made at the 40-yard line, but the ball comes loose and it's incomplete. Incomplete, intended for Keith Newbert.
He drops it again. I mean, Newbert, I think we're going to see on replay, this was a very catchable ball on his face.
3rd down and 10. Fake draw. O'Brien throws, and the catch is made by Burkett at the 34-yard line. A 1st down. Stopped by Anderson, and the clock was 53 seconds.
Now the difficult ones we can handle.
And timeout called by the Jets, so they've got 1 remaining.
There's the move by Chris Burkett to the sidelines, and another perfect drop by Kenny O'Brien. Lays it right over the top of Terry McDaniel.
Out of the backfield. They'll have to be able to get back and get into the huddle quickly.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. O'Brien nearly sacked, stumbling, sacked at the 50-yard line. Of all times to get sacked, Mike Wise and Howie Long.
Out of the pocket. He is not a good scrambler, and it really showed that time.
They need 24 for the 1st. They throw it underneath, and the catch is made at the 34-yard line by Townsell. And the clock.
Well, they don't have to go to the end zone
right
here. They shouldn't be afraid to get just enough yardage for the 1st down.
And O'Brien looking for 11 yards and has it. A 1st down at the 15-yard line. Chris Burkett, but they can't stop the clock. So here they come with a clock ticking down. Raiders taking their time as much as they can. From the 16, O'Brien, and you're allowed to do that without a penalty to stop the clock. Throws it into the ground with 9 seconds. 3 receivers, the 3 wideouts, all to the right. From the 15-yard line, O'Brien, flag is down. The pass is much too long.
Oh, that's going to be
8
holding.
yards out of the end zone, and Howie Long involved in the play. The holding call goes against the Jets. The clock is down to 3 seconds. Final play of the game.
No secret where they're going with it here.
And O'Brien for the end zone. It is knocked down by Terry McDaniel, and Art Shell has won in his Raider debut.
I think that's a happy man. I wonder why.
An ecstatic man.
He is no longer the first black coach in the NFL. He's just a winning coach right now. Let him savor it for a while.
Just win, baby, is the Raider theme, and that's exactly what he has done.
It weren't pretty, but it's a W. And for the Jets, well, 1-4 is their start, and it is a long way to go.
Al Davis And the Raiders, it'll be a happy charter home. They'll get to L.A. in the wee hours, but they'll get home with a victory. And
Al Davis has returned, as he put it, to Raider football. And we'll see in the days to come, the weeks to come, Al, because we touched that at the very beginning. They beat a 1-3 Jets team, not one of the strongest in the league, and they have a pretty tough schedule down the line. And there is the man who has to be happy tonight. Art Shell, a winner in his very first game as head coach.
And he makes his home debut as a coach against Kansas City next Sunday at the Coliseum. And in fact, in pregame ceremonies, they will officially present him with his Hall of Fame ring next Sunday.
Been a big year, hasn't it?